Hey, what's up, guys? This is Grixon. I'm finally doing like a face reveal. Excuse the mess behind me. I have a little child who just runs around and tears up everything. Um, so today we're gonna do a video on keybinds for World of Warcraft and specifically for tanking. And really this can apply with any class, but so we're gonna be talking about like just the general keybinds that are good for your hands, or easy for your hands, and then using modifiers to hold down shift and then use the same keys again, those kind of things. And then talking about like categorizing different abilities. So like for me, the letter C on the keyboard is my kick, and it's like that for all of my characters. So no matter what, I know if I hit C, it's going to be a kick. So things like that. So I'm going to show you guys some pictures of just like a keyboard and mouse overlay, and then I'm going to highlight like what I use for just standard keys, what I use for if I'm holding down shift, what I use if I'm holding down control, also on the mouse side as well. So I use everything on my mouse and my keyboard. So when I'm using Discord to talk, I actually bought a USB foot pedal that I use. So I can put a link to that as well in the description if you want to check that out. So I press my foot down on a pedal on like below me, and that's what I use to talk on Discord. So if you guys want to check that out, hopefully the face reveal isn't, I mean, hopefully I look like what I sound like, but either way, I'm early 30s, chubby cheeked, normal run-of-the-mill white dude playing World of Warcraft. So yeah, let's take a look at the footage, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Bye. So when it comes to keybinds, there's a few things to think about. You want something that's going to be consistent, and you want something that you can span a bunch of different characters, and really you don't want to be a clicker. You don't want to be someone who clicks abilities the most you can help it, because you want to be as engaged with the content as possible. And anytime you have to look at your abilities and click them, it's going to take you away from that. You can miss things. This should be an extension of your mind when it comes to how you go about this. So all of your buttons that you use a lot should be comfortable. They should be something that's easy for your hands to get, and then you shouldn't have to think about them. You should be able to take all of these action bars that I have on the bottom and just make them all hidden and not need to see them. You should be able to do your whole rotation, see everything you need without your action bars. And that's what you want to get to. And so you have to make some keybinds that are comfortable for you. You have to use them often for the muscle memory, and then categorize them in a way where if you go to another class, it doesn't have to be tank, it could be whatever, you kind of already know where you're going with this. You kind of already know what the buttons will be, and so you can be like, oh, okay, this is a utility spell, this is a crowd control spell, oh, this is my kick. Then you know exactly where to put them. You know, oh, this is my big defensive, boom, it goes here. You know, these are things you can do to really help. So usually a lot of my movement abilities I make F, my kick I make C, and I try and center everything around so it's easy for my left hand to get to. So I'm going to put on screen just a default keyboard and mouse layout. Alright, this is just a general mock-up. Alright, now here it is if you were to see what all of my key bindings are. So everything in green is just key bindings I use all the time, and anything past 5 I just don't use. It's just too far for my hand to get to. And if you can tell, I use on my mouse, I use the on the left next to the thumb, I use the forward and back, I click the middle mouse, and I scroll it up and scroll it down. Those are all different buttons. And so if you do these things, like if you use C, if you use your scroll up and scroll down, you have to change some of the default Blizzard buttons. So to bring up my character pane, which is normally C, I went into the Blizzard settings and I made it Control C. So Control C opens my character pane. And for scroll in and scroll out is normally to zoom in and zoom out to see your character better. I changed those to, on my keyboard I have the, on the far right you have the arrow keys. I always keep it max distance, but if I wanted to zoom in for immersive reasons or whatever, it's arrow up or arrow down. So those are what I use for that. Other than that, you really want to get away from keyboard turning. You should be using your mouse for that. And if you change the defaults to make it so A and D are strafe instead of turn, it forces you to use your mouse, and you'll become much more efficient at being able to whip around and see what you need to see. I highly encourage you to do that, to stop keyboard turning, especially as a tank, and be able to quickly look at what you need to look at, get all the information in, and make a reaction based on the information around you without having to fully think about it. Okay, so with all that out of the way, let's look at what I use as a modifier. So here on the screen, if I hold down Shift, all of the buttons in red are now new buttons. So I use mostly the same buttons from just standard keyboard layout. Now when I hold down Shift, they are all new buttons, and they're all used for different abilities. You can see them actually on my screen on the toolbar. I left it up so you could really see it all. And I also use Shift for my mouse as well. I also use Shift Space to mount up on my mount. I just find it's very comfortable, very natural. After that, the next keybind modifier I use is Control. And most of what I use for Control is really just to set my focus. I mean, that's mostly what I use it for, setting my focus. There's a few keys I use for Control, but it's very rare. I probably should expand on that and use more. This is just what I've been comfortable with, so this is what I've used the whole time. So that is all of my keybinds, and I hope it's something you guys can use as well and get benefit from. If you turn with your keyboard, or if you click a lot of your abilities, please try your best to get out of that habit, because when you do, the game will be much more enjoyable for you. You won't have to think about that. You won't have to worry about hitting a button in time, and you'll be much more in the moment, not just for Mythic Plus, but the game will feel so much better. Yeah. Awesome. Alright, that's the end of the video. Appreciate you guys so much for being here, by the way. So I do have a Discord if you want to be a part of that. I'll also put that link down. So pretty much there's going to be an introductions channel, and then from there you just say hi or a little bit about yourself, and I'll see it, and then I'll manually add you as a member. And then once you're a member, you'll see all the channels for user interface or general chat, and there's just a bunch of people there who can help you out if you have any questions or need any help with anything. And yeah, if you want to chat or whatever, that's a great outlet to do it. If you like the video, obviously please like it. My next video, actually, I'm going to do it around tank anxiety. So I'm going to do I'm just going to have a key playing, and I'm just going to talk about tank anxiety and, things that were really hard for me when I first started tanking. Actually, this expansion I first started tanking. So I'm gonna post that, and if that's something you guys really want to see, please let me know. So I can get production started on that right away. So I kind of have to write out a bit of a script for it, just because tank anxiety, I need to have my thoughts well organized. I can't just wing it like I do with almost all my videos. Yeah, so thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, this is Grixon. Bye.